Hello and welcome to the Paul Report. This article is from the Wall Street Journal. U.S. jobless claims fell to a pandemic low of 348,000 last week. Jobless claims fell to a new pandemic low last week, suggesting the labor market continues to heal, even as the bug variant continues or causes uncertainty. First-time applications for benefits, a proxy for layoffs, fell by 29,000 to a seasonally adjusted 348,000 in the week ended August 14th, the Labor Department said Thursday. That was the lowest level of claims since the bug took hold in the United States in March 2020. The 4-week moving average, which smooths often volatile data, fell to 377,750 last week, also a fresh low for the time that the bug has been with us. New jobless claims have fallen for 4 straight weeks and are down more than 50% since January. Sorry about the bug thing. Once again, that's a YouTube thing. If you say the wrong words, that my videos will get even fewer views, which is pretty frightening. Anyway, so the new bug has caused recent increases in cases and hospitalizations throughout the country. But while that might cause the pace of growth to ease, some economists say the dynamic between the bug and economic activity has evolved over the past year. And this is really getting into why I think this article is very interesting. Quote, "We shouldn't necessarily assume the rising cases are going to translate into rising jobless claims," said Robert Rosner, senior U.S. economist at Morgan Stanley. Quote, "The data we're seeing shows that while certain consumer areas may be starting to cool, activity does remain solid and labor demand remains extremely strong." Claims data was mixed across the country. On a non-seasonally adjusted basis, new applications fell from the prior week in Texas, Illinois, Michigan, and Florida, but rose in several other states, including Virginia, New Mexico, and California. Continuing claims for regular state programs, a proxy for the number of people receiving benefits, fell to a seasonally adjusted 2.8 million for the week ended August 7th, the Labor Department said. That was also the lowest since March 2020. The latest claims data is consistent with other data showing a strong labor market. Employers added 943,000 jobs in July, the best gain in 11 months, according to the Labor Department, which also said job openings reached a record level at the end of June. Both are signs of a strong labor market. I really feel like anyone who has eyes right now understands that the demand for labor in the United States right now is just totally off the charts. I mean, there's just job openings everywhere. We hear stories of McDonald's paying sign-on bonuses. I never figured that I would be saying those words. But yeah, I mean, there's the law of supply and demand for sure works, and boy, is there a demand for labor right now. Moving on, however, there are some indications that the economic expansion is cooling. This is a pretty typical economic analysis. Well, there's some people making one point, and it's like, oh yeah, well that's you make some interesting observations there, but this other thing could also be true too. So here we are going with the other thing. Retail sales fell 1.1% in July from June, the prior month, of course, though remain well above pre-bug levels, according to the Commerce Department. University of Michigan's survey of consumer sentiment fell sharply in the first half of August, as many respondents cited concerns about the new bug. The variant might jeopardize job growth in the short run, according to yet another economist. Quote, "We are seeing some slowing and reluctance of consumers in restaurants, entertainment, and then travel." Well, yes, that's yeah. Apparently this economist must go by, the nickname Captain Obvious. For manufacturers, the Delta variant is exasperating. Damn, I just said the word. Is exasperating parts shortages. Increased worker absenteeism is also disrupting operations. Well, no one's perfect. As a result, some companies are focusing on maintaining operations rather than looking to expand. Concerns about the new bug's impact on the labor market prompted the Biden administration on Thursday to reaffirm that federal funds can be used to allow some workers to remain on unemployment assistance. Federal programs enacted to respond to the bug provided an extra $300 a week on top of state payments, provided recipients assistance longer than 6 months. Hold on. Okay, sorry everyone. Federal programs enacted to respond to the pandemic provided an extra $300 a week on top of state payments, provided recipients assistance longer than the 6 months most states allow, and provided aid to gig workers and others not typically eligible for benefits. The programs are set to expire nationwide September 6th. Already 19 states ended their participation in these programs, and 5 more removed only the $300 weekly enhancement, according to the National Conference of State Legislatures. Governors in these states cited reports of worker shortages for reducing and cutting off benefits, which, that's, call me a conspiracy theorist, but that sure seems to fit the the record white-hot labor market. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen and Labor Secretary Marty Walsh said that while the extra weekly payments should expire next month, states that want to continue over bug benefit programs may use state aid they received as part of the $1.9 trillion bug relief package Congress enacted in March. Yeah, there's some people that are blah, blah, blah. Some states it might make sense for unemployed workers to continue receiving additional benefits. The Labor Department will communicate with states about how to divert some of the $350 billion in bug aid to support additional jobless benefits throughout their state unemployment insurance programs, Ms. Yellen and Mr. Walsh said. The Labor Department also announced $47 million in new grants for reemployment services. Yeah, that's well, there's government for you, I guess. We have $350 billion in aid to support additional jobless benefits while the labor market is white hot, and then we spend another $47 million to try to figure out why no one's taking jobs. Anyway, the economy has also steadily added jobs this year, but employers still had 5.7 million fewer positions on payroll in July than in February 2020, before the bug caused swaths of the economy to be shut down. For some, re-entry into the workforce has been bumpy, and boy, is that ever the case. Anyway, sorry I kind of got off on a political tangent. That's really not the purpose of me making these videos. But in any case, I hope you all found value in this, and thank you very much for your time, and have a great night.